What was that echo? And how's Carmen this morning?
Oh God, I wish I could catch up on sleep.
Oh, I think I'm going to give that up. The sleeping thing, you know.
Oh, I'm doing more awake than sleeping in bed. It's not good.
Oh, I didn't even get my, hang on, I didn't get my stand out. Am I prepared this morning? No, absolutely not.
Oh, good.
Okay. Let's put this up here. Oops, get it the right way. Thank you. Put it up there. There we go. Yeah, I realized 5 minutes before I was supposed to be on here that I didn't prep the card kit. So that's what I've been busy doing. My good Lord. Good morning, Val.
Beautiful card.
Thanks. It was fun to do. Okay, I'm just trying to set this up so that I can see both things happening at once. Of course, I lost that. There we are. Okay. Talking to Valerie, I'm talking to Carmen. Got both things on. This is relatively straight and in your face. There we go. Oh my good Lord. So not only are we doing one card today, we're going to do two. Because when we make this one, it has a hole cut out of the center of it. So I made a card out of that for that too. Okay, so this kit belongs to that one. That goes there for next. Along with that. Okay, I think I got it organized now. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, chair's not cooperating. I need new flooring in my craft room because there's a big divot in my laminate right where my chair rides.
Yeah, that happens, doesn't it?
It's awful. Okay, so we're gonna do a fun fold today. So this one opens up like this. Ooh, I love fun folds. They're so fun.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
So I was finishing this one when James was over the other day. And I attached this piece on wrong because it gets attached on the right side only so that it swings when you open it. I attached it on this side. So then I had to redo it. Yep, just one of those things. Okay, so last Zoom Facebook Live for the year. Woo! That'll be fun. See, I haven't even folded my cardstock over yet. That's how behind I was this morning. Okay. So, Carmen, are you creating along with us? Me?
No, that would have been being prepared.
Ah.
So I'm just going to do little putsy things around here.
Oh, that's good. Putsy
yeah.
Good.
I'm trying to get organized. Which I'm never sure which year that'll be.
Oh, did you see the thing on Facebook that says don't eat chicken on New Year's Eve because they scratch backwards and that's what your whole year will be like?
Oh my God.
Don't have chicken tonight.
No problem.
Oh. Oh, Valerie's says me too. She's putzing too. Okay, I'm just getting the recipe out so I can actually see where the lines go. Okay, I have my scoreboard out, and this is 5x8 piece for the inside. So I'll put it along the top, and I'm going to score it at 2, 4, and 6. There we are. Now I can put that away. Oh, the mess has started already. Okay, then when we go to fold it, it kind of gets folded mountain, mountain, valley, so that you have a kind of a three-sided box and a flap. So you want mountain, and make sure you use your bone folder to do the folding, because that makes your card lay nice and flat. Mountain. And then this one goes the opposite way. So it'll fit in the card like that. Okay. I have not. I know I made this kit. Where did I put it? I had the designer paper all cut out so that it matched this. Oh, look. Oh, Lord, help me. Okay, so I have the kit cut out. So I'll just remove the pieces I've already done. Oh God, I'm so glad it's the end of the year. So I've already put my little tiny glue dots on the back here and let them dry. Or sorry, I used Tombow and let it dry, and it became little tiny glue dots because it goes over top of the designer paper, the Fine Art Floral designer paper. And this is the Golden Garden Specialty Acetate, and it lays right over top of that piece of designer paper and matches. Now, if you remember from when I was doing my unboxing, when I got all my stuff and we were trying to figure out which one this fits, I never did figure it out on that video, but I did the other day. It's a little bit out, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't get my machine either. Hang on. Oh my Lord. Okay, I got it now. I think I'm going to treat myself to some new cutting plates for New Year's. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 of the stitch rectangle dies. So one, the biggest one, is going to cut the hole in the designer paper, and then the next size down cuts this out, and then we emboss it. Now I tried to put it on the card front and then cut the hole, and that didn't work. It won't cut through the 3 pieces that it needs to cut through. So I've got it, I'm hoping that this way it's going to work. And it's really sliding everywhere. Where's my washi tape? To get it relatively centered and straight. There, I will just run that bit through. It would have been a lot easier if I didn't put the acetate on the top, because then I could have just put the designer paper onto the card front and carried on, but I really wanted the acetate on there. It's so pretty. It is. So now this will need a little bit of persuasion. Or not. Apparently it didn't like that. So now I got to do it again. Note to self, do it upside down. How many times do I say that and then I don't do it?
forget.
Last time this year, though.
Yes.
Okay, that one cut. There we go. So now we have our front. And this piece that we cut out of the middle, I'm going to save for card number 2. Okay, rid of my washi tape. Now this, I'm going to put a little bit of temporary adhesive on the back of it so that it holds it in place. And then I have to cut the hole in the center of that too. So if I attach that like that, and then take this die and put it in the middle. Oh no, not that die. Hello, this die. I was wondering why it didn't fit. I'll stick that in there so that it sits down in that hole somehow. Okay, I'm just going to be ornery. Let's just do it this way. And now we really hope that this works. Let's do a dry run here, make sure it's going to work. Yay! Okay, I'm going to open this up and run that through the machine. So have you got big plans for New Year's Eve, Carmen?
I'm gonna go over to my aunt's for a while.
Oh, okay. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
Valerie, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? Okay, so this just pops out of here. Now we can put our frame on. As soon as I find my adhesive. There. We're having dinner with the local family today. It's Chinese dinner time, so we'll see how that goes. They like Chinese food from one place, and we like Chinese food from another place because Ted can't eat where they like their Chinese food because it's got MSG in it.
Oh, yeah.
So we're getting our Chinese food and they're getting their Chinese food.
That works. Where do you go that doesn't have MSG in it?
Golden Dragon. It's not the best Chinese food in the world, but it'll do. Okay, so there we go. So now I have my hole. But Valerie's not doing much either. It's going to be very quiet New Year's this year. Okay, I'm going to stamp the inside because I have to put it in. So what did I use? Pink, petal pink. I think I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo this time. And I need a little stamp. There it is. Oops, just about lost a die on the floor. Well, I guarantee you I probably will not be seeing the new year in. I will be fast asleep in my bed, which is what we usually do. And then we get woken up at midnight by our neighbors banging pots and stuff outside. It's always a treasure.
I try to stay awake until then because I don't want to be woken up. Oh, God.
Well, I can't, well, I shouldn't say that. If I'm in my craft room, I can stay up to all hours of the morning. If I am not in my craft room, then it's not happening. Okay, so I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the piece that I just stamped. Fold this in half like this. Now I know it's folding the wrong way, but it's okay because this is the easiest way to get it where it needs to go. And then just, can you see? Yeah, okay. Then just put it in here, kind of center it a bit. Make sure it's straight on the sides. And then before I push it down, I'm just going to fold that back where it's supposed to be and close this just to make sure it's where it needs to be. And then we'll push this part down. So now that's attached on the inside. Now this one gets folded like this and attached to the front. But just part of it. I don't want to put adhesive where I don't need it. So I'm just drawing my lines again. And I'll put my adhesive on here. And at the top. And then down the side like this. And then before I go any further, erase the pencil lines. Because now they're going to show, of course. You don't want those to show. Uh-oh, get off of there. Okay. Now, to make sure it gets folded properly and sits down properly, I close that, hold it down, and then close the front on it. So now this you can pop back out again, and there we have the mechanism part for the card. Now, there's a piece here that needs to be done. So that needs to be die cut with number 4 stitch rectangle dies. Run that through the machine. I certainly hope everybody behaves themselves tonight and doesn't do the big party scene. We're doing really good right now, lowering our numbers. Okay, painted texture embossing folder on that piece I just die cut. Ugh. There we go. Now that's all ready. Now we'll take this piece and I have to stamp the flower and the stem. Now the flower is 3 pieces and I always start with either the darkest or the middle color because sometimes it's difficult to see the softer color through. But in this case, the 3rd color is too tiny. So I'm going to start with Flirty Flamingo and do the highlighting one. Like that. And normally I would do an envelope, but because the Whisper White envelopes are completely sold out and I'm trying to save them for my classes, I'm not doing it. Okay, now I'm inking up the soft background one in Petal Pink, and I'm just going to line it up on here. and stamp that. And then we'll take Poppy Parade and we'll stamp the center. Like that. There we go. So there's our 3 colors. And now I'm getting my old olive out to stamp the leaves and the stem. Get it nice and inky. Apparently that needs to be re-inked. I can't tell you how many of my ink pads have gone light in the ink area over the past month. It's like, oh, it's the end of the year. Let's get some new ink. Okay, so we have a die that cuts out this big flower. We have a die that cuts out the leaves. Like that. Okay, there's our 2 pieces for the front. Now, let's stamp. Oh, I don't think I left enough room for, look at that. I didn't leave enough room to stamp the sentiment. I think I cut it off though, so might be okay. There it is. I was trying to find my sentiment. It was MIA. Okay. Cut this out. Even the Whisper White cardstock is gone. And where I would have normally just turfed that little tiny piece there in the corner, I'm not anymore because I might need it for something. Okay, so I've cut this out, but it's too wide to fit on the front here. It will bind. So I'm going to put it back in and move it down just 1 notch because it's really, this one is really easy to line up and redo again. So I'm just going to cut one of the notches off. And then I can stamp it and it will fit without binding on the mechanism. Okay. Ink it up again and we'll just stamp it in Memento. Oh, I love photopolymer stamps. They're so easy to line up. Okay. I'm going to attach this in here on this side only. So I'm going to turn it over and use my pencil to make a couple of little marks so that I don't go past those with the adhesive. And oops. Oh. Okay. Boy, everybody must be celebrating New Year's early. There's nobody but not many people watching this morning. Either that or they're tired of me. That could be too.
I don't think so.
So for the stem, I used, where'd my dimensionals go? Oh, I got a cool card. Remember that my free class not the one coming up this week, but the one on the 16th was requested that it be the whale done bundle. So I got those cards done last night. And then yesterday in the mail, I get this beautiful whale card from Valerie. Look at that.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
beautiful.
fun? I got another Christmas card from her too. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to, thanks, Val. If I haven't said, I'm sure I said thanks, but thanks again. So I'm going to put dimensionals up on the corners of the leaves. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow and on the stem, so it sits down. And then the flower is going to be up on dimensionals too. So I decided it was time to take inventory of my craft room. Oh my, that was
Scary.
that's quite the job. I had Ted helping me the first part. And then James came over to stay overnight. So I said, good, you can help me do inventory because he loves numbers and he loves working on the computer. So we did that. He makes a really good helper. I think I'm going to hire him permanently. But I'm not done yet. I've only got 3/4 of the room done. It's scary. Now, to put the leaf and stem on, I'm going to stick the top of the stem underneath and hold the leaves up so that they go up over top of the corners of those petals. And then I'm going to attach the glue at the bottom so that that's flat. But there's some lift here because I'm going to put the sentiment on there and I didn't want it to be lifted up. Okay. So I put this at a bit of an angle on the first one, and I really like it at the angle. It takes some of the formalness out of the card by everything being square. There you go. Look at that. Ooh, look at the bling with that gold paper on there. So it's gold on one side and it's silver on the other. So that's card number 1. Card number 2 uses a bunch of stuff. So it uses this piece that we cut out of the center. And I'm going to layer it onto the piece of basic black, onto a piece of basic black. Except I don't think I cut this at the right. Aw, don't tell me. Well, sideways it's right. Should have been 4 1/8. Uh-oh. There it is. By what size? 4 1/8, 5, something. 2 3/4. Okay, so back to the drawing board. This layer's on here like that, and then just sits there, and then I put a sentiment, and I'm going to wrap some of the new snail mail twine around it and tie a bow. I'm so excited that white twine is back. But before I do that, I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. This is a piece of adhesive sheet because I want to cut out just wanted to say, or just want to say, before we lay the designer paper on top. Of course, I lost the die. There it is. So I'm just going to put this barely fits. So I'm just going to run that through upside down. Yay, I remembered. Okay. Come on. Out. This comes out in 5 pieces. There's the little top for the J, and then there's just and want to say. There we go. Now we can put this on top of this. And layer it onto the black. And nobody knows that you have a big hole under there except you. I can't remember how much twine I used. Did I write it down somewhere? No. Why would I write it down? That would just be way too easy, wouldn't it? Okay. We're going to fake it. New Year's, new scissors. Woo. Okay, so this is, I cut off 19 inches. I don't think I'm going to need all that, but that's what I cut off. Okay, so I'm going to put it around up more towards the topish than on the bottomish. We were so lucky we got pictures of all of our grandchildren for Christmas. So this morning I decided it was time to get the frames out of the closet because I put them away when I put my Christmas decorations up. And put all my grandchildren's pictures out again. Nice. Okay. So when I'm tying a knot that's difficult like this, when I'm tying a bow, I tie a knot first. Then you're not trying to fight with 2 things at once. Because I have the pink, the petal pink, and the white twined together. Like that. And then to make your bow a little prettier, you get your the bow part where you want it, put your finger on it, and then pull with your fingers still on the bow so that you kind of get a half decent bow. I should have put this on first, but oh well. Okay, so we're going to put just want to say on here like that. Look at that, we almost got 2 cards done and it's not even 11:45 yet. These are relatively easy cards to make. There we are, just want.
That's a nice die cut for those words.
Yeah, it's lovely. Just remember if you before you cut them out to put adhesive sheet on them because it makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. There's that. And there's that. Now I have this little tiny piece that's the top of the J. And when I get the adhesive sheet off of it, we'll put it on too. There we are. That just goes right up. Not that you see it a lot because of course it hangs off onto the black. There. Now this just goes onto the card front. And I've already got adhesive on here, so I'm just gonna take the liner off. Come on, take the liner off, thank you. And a little bit of tape, I'm just gonna put it over top of the twine so that it doesn't move. Sticky stuff. Come on. God bless. There we go. That goes on there like that. And then we take the same sentiment and the memento ink and put the sentiment on the bottom. Oh, I moved it. Oh, well. Give that to somebody who needs glasses. They'll never know. Okay, so now we have the inside piece. And I used a big flower in this one. I'll just get my dirty paper out. And find Flirty Flamingo. It's kind of cool that we have one of these two-step stamping things again, because it's been a while since we had one and they're so much fun. There's so many color combinations you can use. And no coloring involved. Okay, so that was Flirty Flamingo. Now Petal Pink for the background one. I was trying to remember the name of the last one we had. It looked like a rose. And I can't remember what the name of it was. I fought it for the longest time, and then I decided that I really liked it and ended up getting it. And then it retired.
Of course.
Story of my life. Okay, now the center we'll do with Poppy Parade. When I'm lining a center up, it's got, let me get my poker. So it's got this little indentation here and some circles there. So I line it up right here because that looks to me about the best place for it to go, where it doesn't look funny. But it's supposed to be an art and craft type thing anyways. It's not like it's full blown. Right, and we'll put it inside and then we're done. 2 cards in under 45 minutes.
Yay. I like that.
And the first one looks really complicated, and it's not.
Yeah.
There we go. That's going to trim when I find what I did with my scissors. I'm going to trim these tails because it's on the long side. Come on. Thank you. So card 2, and there's an envelope for them to share. And card 1. So pretty, and no wastage of that beautiful designer paper or the acetate.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the year. I'm not sure whether I'm doing late night stamping tomorrow night or not. I have something prepared, but it all depends on how our dinner goes and when I get home. Because it is New Year's Eve.
Mhm.
No, it's New Year's Day, and I don't know what our plans are for the day.
Oh, right.
But if I am, I will post that I will be live. And if not, then we'll see you on Monday morning.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow night or not.
Yeah, I suspect I won't be either.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because if we don't do that card tomorrow night, I'll show it to you. It's really cool. It's a new way to use your designer paper. Isn't that pretty?
That is gorgeous. Love it.
So that's what I have planned for tomorrow night. So if I don't do it tomorrow night, I'll do it Monday. Because it is already prepped and ready to go. I am ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And my whale cards are done. So that those will come on the 16th. So, and that'll be a free one. And it'll be streamed live here on Zoom or on my VIP page. I know why there's not a lot of people watching, because I'm streaming in my VIP page, not on my main. That some people may not have found us. Oh well, they'll get used to it, right? So I hope you all have a wonderful, happy New Year's Eve and a happy, healthy, and creative 2021.
The same to you.
Thanks, Carmen.
That it's got to get better.
Oh God, I hope so. I'm so looking forward to March and after spring break when we go to Tofino, because I think today it's either 80 or 81 days today. But who's counting? I am.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks over there on Facebook. I appreciate you joining me and or watching on the rerun. Have a wonderful, happy new year, and we'll catch you next year. Bye for now.